wanted to make a video real quick about our name and kind of how I feel about labels. I had a friend tell me, it's kind of a catch-22. You have to label a child in order to know the type of resources they need. And she's actually a really good friend of mine, and she did make sense. So the reason why we gave the title the No Label Table was because we feel that a label should define a child. And, we're not trying to say to take away any medical diagnosis or any educational diagnosis. But again, we want the focus to be on the child and not the label that the medical field or the educational system gives them. For myself, on my own personal experience, labeling of Gavin hasn't been very positive. If anything, there's always people have tried to put limitations on him because of his educational diagnosis of autism. And he amazes me of all his little doubters out there, because he's accomplished a lot. I've been in IEP meetings where a lot of the people that are in those IEP meetings, well, they were previous educators or any type of therapist, would say things to me like, well, your son is autistic and he can't, or he will not be able to do A, B, and C. And so to me, as a parent, I'm like, I don't care about the label. I don't care about what he can't do or what he's not going to be able to do. Give me the resources or the help for my child in order to achieve those things that you just said he will not or cannot be able to do. I've also been in IEP meetings with my son Gavin to where he's had assessments done, and these types of testing are very broad. And so, for an example, we had a situation come up with Gavin to where he was below the line on a certain assessment, but wasn't too below the line in order to get the resources. So therefore, because he was a little bit below the line, but he didn't fit in that category or label, then he wasn't going to get that resource for the situation that he needed. And to me, I feel that if a child is struggling in an area, regardless of where they fit below the line, or regardless what label or category that you put them in, give them those resources and the help they need in order to be successful. And once they are successful in those areas, then move them out. Another thing that I have seen in my area where I live is a type of segregation. We want to put a lot of these kids that have some disabilities or behavior issues into one area, one specific school. And I'm not about that. There again, it's labeling, it's categorizing, it's setting them apart from integrating them in. And I've also seen a lot of times where children are labeled in order for them to not be a nuisance to somebody, or people don't, or educators. I'm not saying my friends are educators or anything like that. I've just seen it. They don't want to deal with these children. They don't want to provide the help that they may need, that they need in order to overcome those behaviors or those obstacles. Again, if they're a nuisance, so label them, put them to the side, and that's it. So again, I'm not against any educational diagnosis or medical diagnosis. I think it's very important in order for a child to get the resources they need, but at the same time, it doesn't define a kid. We are trying to be open arms. Everybody is welcome. If you know my son Gavin, he's very welcoming. He loves everybody. We said, man, if we put him at a table, he'd bring all sorts of people in. He would bring people of different colors and people of different genders and people of just different religion. He is just so accepting. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to do here, as well as provide resources for parents and to share our journey with other parents out there, that they're not alone. And we're accepting to you, and let's do this journey together. Let's work together. Let's support each other. Let's fight more for our kids' rights. Let's not forget that these are our kids, these are our babies, these are our sons, our daughters, our grandson, our granddaughter, our niece, our nephew, and that's what we want to do here. So again, follow me. I'll be putting some resources up there for you as often as I can. I'll be blogging. My goal is to blog at least 2 to 3 times a week. I do teach at several different colleges, so it's kind of really hard, but I kind of going to devote myself, instead of checking my own Facebook and Instagram accounts and stuff like that, I'm going to devote my time to this and spread the word. Again, if you have anybody that needs assistance or doesn't know what direction to go, or if they need help, contact me. I'm going to be trying to interview some of my friends that are in the school system, some of other parents, some therapists, and just again, just to help assist you, because like I said, I'm learning as I go. I knew nothing a year ago, and I think I will always be learning. I will always continue to learn about the situation of my son in order to help him achieve and be successful. And that's the goal here. That is the goal.